All right, so we're recording, and this is going to be this is week 4 of our Back to Basics group, and I'm gonna be really relaxed tonight because I was on a nice face. Keith and I were on a team call last night with our upline. And I really like the way that the call flowed because it was, we're just going over Mindy Wender's 6-figure checklist. So if you want to be a 6-figure earner in your business, this is the checklist that she uses and that all of the top coaches kind of conspired together and gave their top, top tips, top 20 things, and they compiled it into a list of 50 things that every coach should be doing if you want to be a 6-figure earner. Now, granted, we're not going to get through all of these tonight, and you're not going to get through all of them every single day, but it's just kind of a good snapshot of what you want to be doing in your business consistently all the time to try and move forward. So I'm going to just go over a few of these, and I'm going to jump around a little bit, but I'm going to share this checklist on the team page underneath the recording for the video. And I can also put it in tomorrow's email. And I mean, let me ask too, are you guys digging the emails? Are they easy to read? Are they, decent content? I'm borrowing from Anita, and I'm using the new Back to Basics coaching from the back office, and using a little bit of Caleb Thomas thrown in there, and just some things like that, just some ideas. So I hope you're finding that helpful, because I think it goes in a good progression as to, talking to people, learning how to invite, how to handle objections, and then moving into challenge groups, things like that. So I hope it's helpful. But anyway, tonight, this list I think you'll find really helpful. So I'm just going to go right into it. And what I want you to do is, like we did last night, stop me anytime you have a question about something and we want clarification, because I really think a Q&A session brings out a lot of great ideas and topics. And last night's call was really, really great because we went off on a little bit of a tangent, but it was so very, very helpful. So, and even if we want to do that for next week's call, we can go over a few more of these and then just see where the call leads us, because I think that's how it brings up questions that people really need answered, and it kind of rings a bell in your head and you go, oh, I really wanted to ask that because I've been struggling with or whatever. So, all right, so we're going to dive in. 6-figure checklist. You want to be meeting 3 to 5 new people on social media every day. So keep it to 3 to 5 so that you don't get stuck in Facebook jail if you're on Facebook. And you guys don't really need to write these down if you don't want to. You'll get the whole printout so that you can have it. So if you don't want to take notes, that's totally fine. But 3 to 5 new people on social media every day. So new friend requests, and the way I do those is a lot of the non-Beachbody groups that I'm in, you got to have some. You have to be in other groups, right, to friend request and talk to people. So I'm in a bunch of different non-Beachbody groups. I'm in some hiking groups. I'm in some cooking groups. One great thing, I just got it's called an Instapot. It's a pressure cooker, and I have no clue how to use the thing. Sybil uses it all the time. I have no clue how to use the thing. So I joined a group, right?
Don't take advice from her. She blew up hers.
Yeah, I know. So I joined a group and I started asking questions, right? So I want to be seen in the group, and anybody that then answers my question and I find it helpful, I respond to them and say, thank you so much. I wouldn't have thought of that. And I send them a friend request. Ding. So, just stuff like that.
That's what I'm doing right now. I'm in a Doctor Who group, and like Power Rangers and just like different nerdy stuff that I'm into. So I've been friend requesting people and that, and I'm just like, yeah, you watched that episode of Doctor Who too. You responded to my post. Let's be friends.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of geek and nerd, did you see the Death Star ice cube that I posted today?
No.
Okay, well, I'll share it with you because it's
Okay.
awesome. Use a flashlight. I don't know. Sorry. So number two, host a monthly fitness challenge group. So we should all be doing that, right? Doesn't matter if it's a free 5-day challenge group, just some kind of a monthly challenge that you're running all the time, every month consistently, and then move those people into either a 30-day challenge group if you're just doing a short one. So then move them into the 30-day challenge group, and then after that, move them into a customer support group. Like you guys are all members of Focus on Health, and that's our customer support group. And like your Team Ohana, right, Keith? That's kind of your basic customer support group. So you always want to have them in a group in some kind of progression. Earn Success Club monthly. Without exception. So minimum of Success Club 5, always shoot for more. If you're shooting for 10 and you hit 8, at least you've made Success Club 5. So always shoot for Success Club. It's really like one of the cornerstones of your business. You've got to hit Success Club. Return messages regarding my business every day. All right, so this is where I did fall short for a while, is in the follow-up. And there was a lot of people that I could have made potential customers and then just, drop the ball. So I think follow-up is key. You always got to be keeping track of the people that you're talking to so that you know when to follow up with them. Create a reminder on your phone with an alarm. Use Evernote. I use Automatic CEO. It's called ACEO, and it's a service that you can put all of your contacts and customers in, and it's got reminders and flashy things and all that. There's lots of ways to keep track of people with reminders. Even Evernote has reminders, and Evernote is free. So just keep track of people somehow and follow up with them all the time.
I know sometimes for me when it comes to following up, it's where – well, I've run into it this week because my phone is off at the moment. So it's like contacting everyone via Facebook and they'll want to call you and I can't call right now. But it's just like, they'll respond usually when I'm out doing something else or I'm asleep or something. I'll get back to them and then like they won't respond that day. And I'm just like, okay, should I follow up with you again today? Even though I followed up with you yesterday, I don't want to, bombard you, even though I'm trying to help you. So.
Yep. I'll give them like a 24-hour grace period, and then I follow up again quickly the next day and just say, hey, I'm not sure if you had a chance to look at such and such or think about or answer or whatever the previous question was. Wanted to get back with you. And I always leave it, I leave the ball in their court, and I always say, hey, just tell me yes or no, so that I don't bug you, that I don't keep bugging you. But if you are interested, here's the date of, and I really want you to be a part of or whatever. But I always say, hey, just let me know so I don't keep bugging you. And a lot of people say, most people say, you're not bugging me at all. I've been busy with such and such and haven't had a chance to get back. So it's good to just make sure you're in some kind of a timely manner following up. Where were we? I have scheduled business hours. I am present and in the moment during this time. So whenever you decide that you are going to sit and work your power hour or, your 30 minutes here, 45 minutes there, whatever, just make sure you've got those scheduled on your calendar. Even you can post those if you have kind of the same time every day that you're going to be available. Let people know, and just like if you're running a challenge group, I put that in the description sometimes of my challenge groups. Hey, I like to post in the morning. I'm always available from 9 to 11. After that, I'm with family and doing family things or whatever. And then I'm available again from like 3 to 5. And so, those are the times I can get back with you or whatever. But it's a good idea to let people know when you're available and when they can contact you and when you will get back with them.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Don't go to bed until your power hour to-do list is complete. Okay. I'm not real good about that because I always say, well, if I didn't get it done today, I'll finish it tomorrow. And then my list adds and adds and adds and adds and adds. So I've been a lot better about that lately. I try to eat my frog first thing in the morning so then I'm not waiting on and on and on throughout the day to get it done. So if you're not familiar with that phrase, eat that frog, it's a book and you need to read it. So let me know if you don't have it and we'll get it to you. So, I work out 5 days a week, so you have to be a product of the product, right? So if you are not being consistent with your workout, if you're not being consistent with your nutrition, how can you be consistent with coaching somebody else to do the same thing? So if you're going to talk the talk, you need to walk the walk. And, you don't have to be doing Body Beast or, 21 Day Fix Extreme every day. You just need to be doing something 5 days a week. All right. Be doing your best. Do what you can 5 days a week. Drink your Shakeology daily. That's a no-brainer. That's your multivitamin. So, why wouldn't you drink Shakeology every day? If you're going to take a multivitamin, you might drink your shake, Save money on the multivitamin. Don't buy that crap.
So saying it does wonders for your skin.
And your hair and your nails.
Yes.
Add 4 or more new coaches every single month. Now this one, when I read this, it's kind of scary. That's a scary thought, but if you present the opportunity to, a couple people a week, you may be adding 4 coaches per month. So you just have to talk to people. That's all it is you just have to get out there and start talking to people and say, hey, have you ever considered? Because I saw this quality in you or whatever. So did you want to?
I was going to say at the last Super Saturday I went to, it was my first one in PA in Lehigh Valley. One of the coaches that was on stage, she said that when it comes to time of enrollment, she always asks her prospective customer, 2 questions. One, she lets them know about the refresh because we have the Kickstart. Because she says that, who am I? She's like, all I'm doing is letting them know about it, and they decide if they want it or they don't. And she, who am I to keep that from them? And then the same thing after they decide if they want that or not. Then she lets them know about the coaching opportunity, or even discount coaching opportunity, whatever. But again, just giving that information to the person she's helping, and then letting them decide what's best for them.
Right.
So
yeah.
I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, it's great because it kind of takes the pressure off of you, and it's not for you to decide for them.
Right.
Let them make the decision. They can, if they say no, that's fine. But then that way too, it also plants the seed. So that you saw something in them that sparked you to ask. So. Okay, do a getting started right call with your new coaches no matter what. So that's really, really important. I know a lot of coaches are nervous doing getting started right calls. For some reason, I love doing getting started right calls. I will blah, blah, blah all day long. So if anybody ever needs help on a GSR, call me because I have no problem talking to people. So we'll do a 3-way. I don't know. I'm nervous public speaking in front of like a live audience, but this kind of stuff where I know you guys are on the phone when I don't see anybody, I've got no problem with that. So I think Periscope is going to be really good for me because, there's nobody else in the room. So I think I'm going to start getting on there and giving that a try. But
and then you can't see who you're talking to on Periscope. They're just liking.
I know. I know, and I'm, comment if you want, but I'm just gonna blah, blah, blah. So, okay, find out your new coach's whys and goals and help them set up a plan of action. So that's why I have that About Me form that I wanted everybody to fill out, because I think it's really important to get a little backstory on your coaches and file that away in your Evernote or, save document on your computer, because then when your coaches start to fall short, I'm waving my pen around way too much, sorry. When your coaches start to fall short a little bit and they need help, you can go back to their why and kind of, dig back into that and remotivate them from what was important to them at the beginning. Maybe their why has changed since then. So it's a really good thing to have everybody fill that out and know a little bit more about their background. I check in with my coaches often and focus on their goals, not my goals for them. So that is something that I need to work on. I think sometimes I think that checking in with our Team Fusion and doing that is enough of a check-in, and it's not. Just being present in the group is not. I've let my monthly newsletter slack a little bit. I haven't done a whole lot of private messaging, and that's on me because I haven't made time to do that. So I think that's really important to do, at least once a week, contact another coach in my downline, whether it's a personally sponsored or, a couple rows down. I just think it's really important to stay in touch, see how people are doing, find out, if their goals have changed or just anything. I think that's important to do at least once a week, check in with some people on your team.
I was going to say that I've reached out to Kylie and Heather so that we can schedule something like that. We haven't scheduled something like that yet, but Nicole and I, we speak every single Thursday night. I check in with her because, she wants to know it's her second month in the business. She doesn't want to step away just yet. And that's okay. That's completely fine. Because it's only her second month. But what's funny is that we normally meet every Thursday night at 8:00. And lo and behold, that's when her call with Carl Deichler is.
Oh, cool.
So I was like, hey, we're still meeting, but Carl's going to be on the phone with us.
That's awesome. That is such a cool call, and it is live. It's not a recording. He'll be talking to some of the other monthly winners too, but it's a really special call. I was able to get on that when Karen earned that as well, so it's very cool. Yeah, it's really cool. What else we got? Host monthly Coach Basic groups for new coaches. I don't host monthly just because sometimes we don't have enough coaches or new coaches in the month to do that.
Let's change that.
That's going to change, and I think we've got a pretty good system. I've been saving everything into Evernote, and I will share files with everybody. I've got all the emails and then all the Facebook posts, and everything is in there. It's the only thing that I don't save is like timely things, like it was Labor Day this time, and the links to the coach calls will need to change and things like that. But other than that, everything is saved. So if you guys ever want to run one on your own, the new Coach Basics in the back is excellent. It's really, really great. So if you don't, want to kind of go off and do something different, that program is fantastic. I'm really glad they changed it up. I dig deep in my downline to look for up-and-coming leaders and help them succeed. So that's something that as our downlines grow, we need to go down and see learn how to read your back office reports, and then be able to identify those coaches that are performing well. So like Keith's coach, Nicole, she's doing great. She's really on fire, and she's a go-getter, and I think she's going to be a really great asset to the team. So I need to send out a message to her because I think she's doing really good, and that's something that I, as a team leader need to make sure that I'm doing is acknowledging the good work that my coaches are doing and their coaches. So I need to start doing that. It's kind of freaky because I've never done this before. So it's like, oh, I have responsibilities now. I need to do that.
It's funny because Nicole and I were both in Greek organizations. So in there we have bigs and littles, and your bigs are your mentor. They're responsible for making sure that you know everything that you need to know and learn to become a member of the organization. So when I was training her, I pretty much referenced, what we knew in Greek life. So I said, okay, for this example, I'm your big, and Jen is your grand big. So it's really funny that at some point in time, she may call you her grand big.
I love it. That's awesome. That's cool. It works for me. That works for me. Okay, growing my Facebook friends list by 20 to 30 people every single week. So that goes right along with meeting 3 to 5 new people on social media daily, because if you add it up, 5 times 5 is 25, right? So just keep going, keep growing your social media presence, whatever platform you're on. Facebook is just, everybody's on Facebook. So even though your reach isn't, or your organic reach might not be great, it's still a great place to grow because it's a lot easier to have those conversations one-on-one with people through Facebook for some reason. It's just easy. So Facebook is a really great spot. Until we find another platform to host groups and things like that, Facebook is where it's at right now. So
I was going to say my Instagram kind of grows faster than my Facebook.
Does it?
Yeah. I don't really, well, I guess I knew why. But yeah, my Instagram just kind of goes, what it is for me is just consistently trying to drive that traffic from Instagram to my Facebook.
Right. Exactly. And next tip, growing my following on Instagram by 20 to 30 people weekly. And with Instagram, I'm not super savvy with Instagram, but I think you need to be posting at least once a day, or is it more than that, Keith? Do you know?
I don't know if there's a science to it as far as posting goes. I'm not sure, but I normally post at least once a day, maximum maybe 3. I try to, if I do, no more than 3 posts a day, just because I don't try to bombard it. But if there is a science to it, I'll figure it out and let you know.
And I have Shalene's Instagram Academy. I purchased that academy, and I've got it, so I need to go through it and learn it. And she also has great tips on her Instagram account. She's got like 5 of them, but is it IG tips or IG? I forget what it is. I'll post it.
I would love that. I would love to see that.
Yeah, I'll post it, but she does Instagram tips on her Instagram page all the time. So channel, whatever. Okay, I'm putting this opportunity in front of 5+ people every single week. Now that's another big, hairy, scary right there. Talking to at least 5 people every week about the opportunity. That's how you grow your business. So we need to start doing that.
Well, because you both weren't at Summit, when Melanie Mitchell was up on stage, they said that she averaged about 4.5 coaches a month last year. Or was it 6.5? I think it was 6.5 coaches a month last year, and I was like half, but whatever. But she's signing up children. but yeah, no, and I was just like, I just thought to myself, wow.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's great. But that's what we got to strive for. So
yeah, definitely.
Yep. And even, aim for 5, get 1, So I have read the book, The Magic of Thinking Big. I've read the book GoPro, The Compound Effect, or The Slight Edge. So those are 4 of our top books that all of our coaches have read. I have not read The Magic of Thinking Big yet, but I've read all of the other ones. So I think that's one to go on my Audible, and I'm going to check that one out. So and also, as far as personal development goes with the books, I think it's a good idea too to know where where you struggle, what is something that you struggle with? Is it leadership? Is it organization? Is it time management? Whatever the thing is that you're afraid of most or you struggle with the most, then that's where you need to concentrate your personal development on. So for me, it's going to be time management and organization. So I really need to work on those skills. So I'm going to start finding some really good PD books and programs on that. Oh, we've got 10 minutes. So I'm going to.
How long are these things?
What's that?
How long are these calls?
Scheduled for a half an hour, but they usually go about 40 minutes.
Okay.
So, okay. So then after that, let's see. I track my progress using a notebook, a spreadsheet, Evernote, Asana, Automatic CEO, whatever you're using. Just find a system that works for you. That is, again, where I struggle with my organization. I haven't found the system yet that works 100% perfectly for me, but I'm trying different things. I have a whiteboard that's sitting in front of my computer that I write my current challengers on, and I have 1 month of past and 1 month of current challengers that I have on my board, and then I also write people that have expressed interest in like a clean eating group, and I write their names down so that I have their names in front of me and I don't forget to have contact them, things like that. So track your progress somehow. I have a success partner or group, so I stay on track weekly. Success partners are important to have. If anybody that's listened to the recording doesn't have one, doesn't understand about success partners, please get with your upline or contact one of us in Team Fusion, and we would be happy to kind of go over that with you. But if you don't have a success partner, at least be engaged in Team Fusion and our upline teams. I know Sarah's upline team is different than Keith and my upline team. So we each have different things that we can go to and then bring back to Team Fusion and kind of share with everybody. And that's what the idea of a success partner is sharing different ideas, helping motivate each other, helping each other stay on track, somebody to help push you towards your goals, somebody that's not going to be afraid to say, hey, get off your pity pot and just do it, right? Sometimes you got to have somebody to give you tough love. So that's a good thing. Good thing. I post on my social media sites 2 to 3 times per day. And the big trick here, and something that I fall short on, or I have fault with, is you don't want to post just to post. You want to post things that give value to people, whether it's something that's motivational or something that's funny or a great recipe, but you always want to post something, and then you don't want to just post the picture. You want to type something in there, type a description, ask a question, leave it open-ended. Sometimes you might just hear crickets, but that's okay. At least you're going to be consistent with posting, and when people come to your site, they're going to see that you're posting with integrity. You're not just posting all Beachbody blah all over the place. It's your life, things that are in your top 5. You should have 5 kind of things that you post about, like your family, some of your interests, whether you're a geek like me and Keith, just have a core group of a few things that you post about consistently so people can get to know you, and then I was
going to say, hey, we own it.
Yeah, that's right. This is something that I have not done. I've done a couple times in the past, but I don't have anybody consistent, is hire an assistant to do busy work for me at least 5 hours per week, 1 hour per day, like scheduling challenge group posts, tracking my coach's progress, posting recognition, etc. And on here they've got check out Elance, which is now Upwork.com, or Fiverr to find people to do this. But in all honesty, I think it's a great idea to find somebody that a past challenger or a free customer that you've been talking to for a while that you might have an eye on that you think has a spark in them for being a future coach somewhere down the road, to help you out with a few of these tasks so that they can learn the ropes and then eventually kind of, grow into becoming a coach themselves. That's what I did. Is I had somebody that I thought would make a good coach start and do a few things for me, like transferring my customer list from my back office into my automatic CEO. And so she got to learn a little bit about the back office and how that worked. And then my ACEO, she learned how that worked a little bit. And eventually she became a coach. Granted, she's just a discount coach right now, but she still has that knowledge of how things kind of work in the background a little bit. So I think it's helpful to find somebody to help you that might have an interest in becoming a coach someday. So yeah, that means you're going to have to find somebody else at some point, but it's also going to be a new person on your team. So anyway, that's kind of a tip that I think might be helpful.
Jen, I was going to say that Janelle Summers' video, because I feel like just to make it really, really short, I feel like a lot of people, like she says in the video, just classify coaching, what we do, as selling things. And that's not really what we do, because some people don't like selling. Some people aren't about selling. That's just not attracted to them, and it's not appealing. And they're still amazing coaches. I think that's why that video is so awesome, because she breaks it down in a way where, you don't focus on selling, maybe focusing on building your team. And maybe that's what your focus is. And, making sure that you're creating a rock star team, something like that. But I think that in order to get around that, it's up to us to train our coaches that we're bringing on with us, or enrolling even just from the beginning before that happens, to letting them know that that's not what coaching is all about, and empowering them to see a different way.
Yep, exactly. That's great. All right, let's get in a couple more. I think we've got 3 minutes left. Follow up with your prospects in a timely manner. So again, if they ask a question, you're going to want to get back with them right away. But if you're waiting for them to respond, give them a little bit of leeway, but then go back in and follow up, and don't just drop the ball. So that's really important. Write down my goals every single week on the same day at the same time, and review your goals every morning. So that's something that I have not done, but Sybil and I have been working really, really, really hard on a new binder for you guys that's got a daily, weekly, and a monthly planning sheet on it that kind of puts things into perspective a little bit. It's sort of the business activity tracker on steroids, and it's got checklists, and it's just kind of a memory jogger, way to keep track of things, and I think you guys are going to really like it. But it's a way for you guys to have everything written down so that you can see and go back and refer to and use, like, your monthly list, and then bring things over to your weekly list, and then your daily list, and then add to that. So I think that's something that we might want to have a training on. Oh, I've got less than a minute. So, but that's something that we're going to share with you within the next week. But other than that, there's a whole bunch more on this list I want to go over, but I'll post it in the recording of the video. And if this brings up any more ideas, please post your questions down in the comments, and we'll go over that stuff in the group. But thank you guys for hopping on. I really appreciate it, and have a great night. And I'm sorry we couldn't get through more, but
no, it's okay.
I don't want to take up your whole night. So it was good seeing you guys. Thanks again. And
you're welcome.
We will see you in the group. Bye, you guys. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.